Hi guys, and welcome back to another video Game with the Powers. I'm Jake.
I'm Cierra.
And welcome back to another video of Jake and Cierra Reacts, where we are going to be reacting to a bunch of different games that I have backed on either Kickstarter or GameFound. First of all, we want to wish all of you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and a Happy Holidays in general. We didn't get any board games for Christmas because I asked not to get any board games for Christmas.
We have too many board games that haven't gotten played or are unopened, and he has no idea what's inside. So we were told, do not buy board games.
Yes. So no unboxings of board games we got for Christmas, like many of you, I'm sure. I do hope that for those of you that wish for board games for Christmas, you guys got exactly what you're asking for. And if you haven't been able to get it to the table yet, we hope that you are able to get those games to the table very soon. But like I said, we are back with another video. We have another box here from a Kickstarter or a GameFound game that we're going to dive into and react and see what we have today.
Jake is not quite sure what's inside. He's got an idea.
Yep.
But otherwise, we're not sure.
I don't know.
Do you know how long this game has been in our apartment?
Let me get the camera adjusted. While I'm getting the camera adjusted, I want to say 2 weeks now, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. We've had a lot of games come in, and we just had a big game, Barbaric. For those of you that have been on the channel, you've been enjoying that content. So I've been trying to get that to the table, play that a lot so I can film an unboxing and how to play. But yeah, I would say this has been sitting in our room for about 2 weeks now.
Okay.
2-ish, 3 weeks. So hopefully,
not bad.
I haven't seen a whole lot of, we'll see what this is first. And then hopefully, there's not a lot of content on this so you guys can see. All right, first of all, we just have a paper. Look. That's all it is, guys. It's a paper game. It's a paper game. You've ever seen this? Paper game. All right, let's see what we got.
We were just saying he wasn't sure what would need to go in that big of a box.
Ooh.
And they tricked you by adding all the paper.
They did.
Is it one of the ones you thought?
It is. Can you see that?
I can't.
Okay. It is Cryptic Nature, all right? So Cryptic Nature, let me get the actual game box here for you guys so you can look at that. So Cryptic Nature, the board game coming to you from iDventure Games, all right, is basically a competitive strategy board game where you take on the role of cryptozoologist and you guys are trying to find cryptid creatures. So if you know me and you've been following our channel for a while, you do know that I love cryptozoology. You know, I love the horrified, I love all types of cryptids, and so we saw this game here and instantly thought it would be good. Wait, why are you busting into it so quick?
I was just opening it, so we're ready.
She wants to get to the turtles already.
I do.
Okay, so I did not get the all-in of this game just because for me, I'll let her unbox this.
I got nails right now.
She's got nails. Okay, guys. So I didn't get the all-in version of this particular game just because the play length here seems to be very heavy Euro-style game. So it does say 90 minutes per playthrough. So normally, when you have a game that's about 90 minutes per playthrough, it usually ends up being a little bit longer than that. It is a pretty hefty box here. We do, I did get the base game though, so it's a Kickstarter edition. I did get one expansion just for my lovely wife, the Islands expansion with a giant turtle on there. So we'll dive into that a little bit later. And then I did get the Deluxeified upgrades, okay? So let's dive into Cryptic Nature, the board game, and see what this is all about. Like I said, guys, this is coming to you from iDventure Games. This is a game by Oleg, Meleshin, Georgij, Shugol, and Alexander Krys. All right, let's learn more about what Cryptic Nature is. So Cryptic Nature is a competitive strategy board game where you will take on the role of cryptozoologist searching for the traces of cryptids, extraordinary creatures who hide from humans. Your task is not only to track these rare species, but also to build a unique wildlife sanctuary for cryptids in order to provide them with a safe habitat. Gain reputation points and become the most renowned cryptozoologist. And that was one of the cool things for me was there's like a magnetic area area of the board right down here where you have these magnets and you place them down in there to kind of build out your sanctuary. So this is a game for ages 14 plus 90 plus minutes, 1 to 4 players. So let's dive in. Cierra, what do you think about the box art cover first?
I like it. It looks good.
Yeah.
It's very realistic, I guess,
Okay.
for being cryptics.
All right. That's kind of cool. Very, very beautiful artwork. Okay, let's dive in and see what we have. Okay, so we have some of the Kickstarter add-ons here. So Dobar Shoe, some golden evidence tokens, just some more cities mini expansion, request tokens, Pathfinder mini expansion. And let me zoom in just a little closer so you guys can see this along with me. Okay. So cities expansion, Pathfinder expansion, request tokens, 5th player mini expansion as well. All right, we got the rule book. Our rule book here. Let's just take a look at a couple of pages in the rule book. So nice compact rule book. This does look like a hefty rule book indeed. 31 total pages. Does it have solo mode? Okay, so it does have a solo mode against a poacher. So it looks like it has an AI, some other game modes, but with the standard game looks to be about 23 pages in the rule book. All right, I'm actually hold on to this rule book so I can take a look at some of these tokens and resources that we're gonna have in the game. So these tokens, we are looking at some golden evidence here. These look to be maybe the Kickstarter add-ons. We got some coins down here that are gonna be worth some money. Request tokens here. All right, we got some more money, and these are going to be Wolperton tokens. So this is that Wolperton module right there. Here is our mini expansion, maybe, or player boards, possibly. This looks like it would be the 5th player mini expansion boards, possibly, because our player boards are going to look a little different.
Well, I think it said the 5th player mini expansion was an optional add-on.
Oh, okay. So I did not get the 5th player optional add-on for there.
I think this might just be player board.
Okay, terrain tiles. So these are going to be different types of terrain tiles when you find these little monsters. This is your sanctuary board, dual layered, but it feels triple layered. Very nice heft to it. Got a cool little insignia on the back, and let me see if you guys can see on the back here, all of these are magnetic. So if we pop one out here, and got some nice magnetized room right there for this to fit in and kind of slot in. Perfect. Okay. Let me maneuver this back over here. Okay, so that's the sanctuary board. Here are some more cryptic tiles. So these are not magnetic, but these are the different cryptic tiles. When you put them in the sanctuary board, you can see what they are. Okay, we just got some more miscellaneous tokens here. So these are skill markers, evidence tokens, experience tokens, and things like that. Ooh, look at this beautiful game board. This is the beautiful game board, which we will showcase to you guys at the end of the video, or at the end of this core box. All right, player boards. So we have 4 dual layered player boards with characters. We got Jacques, Nick, Ramona, and Deanne. All right, these are dual layer player boards. We have, of course, player 8. Lovely, lovely. We got some cards here. Contract cards. Leave those in there. Score pads. Some more score pads. This might be the solo mode. These are going to be your Kickstarter add-ons. Let's take a look at some of these cryptids. Why don't we? All right. And we basically just have some other miscellaneous components. We got some dice. All right, some dice, some more dice. These giant blocks, these cubes, are skill markers. All right, just generic black skill markers. We got little cryptic men, cryptic markers. So 8 for each player. Okay, 8 cryptic marker for each player. And then we have cryptozoologists and 4 assistants. which bid markers as well. Okay, let me take some of these out. Sierra, will you open that for me while I take some of these guys out? So here's kind of we got a screen printing of the cryptozoologist. There's the solo mode guy. Let's see if I can find anybody else. There's the assistant. All right. And there's Nick. I believe that's Nick. So we have Nick and his assistant. So those are what some of those cryptozoologists and assistants are going to look like in this particular bag here. Also, we have an evidence bag. Evidence bag with the symbol of Sasquatch. The Sasquatch.
Yeah, these are all the cryptics.
Okay.
So Kickstarter exclusive and non.
Let's take a look at some of these cryptids.
Can you name some of them?
I can. Dobar Chu. I actually don't know that one. Bonacon, Caladrius, and actually I'm going to do them over here so my wife can see them. Caladrius, Chagrin, I don't know. Cochelia sarmatica, interesting. Dahu, Galileo de la Morte, I've heard of that one. Gloson, the Marabeca, haven't heard of that. Biscrup Morsky, interesting. Nessie, you guys might have all heard of Nessie. Bird of Ferguson, interesting. Voulier, all right. Amphere Lieth Moore, that looks like Bigfoot. All right. Bakuv, or Bakuev. Beast of Jevedon, all right. Goulon. Habior. Sewer Swine, that was probably new. That's in London. Oh, interesting. Karadag Snake, interesting. Crocodile. Kotzer, surprisingly, I've never heard of any of these. Smok Walaweski, Lagopus, Owlman, Paluda, Tadzilla Worm, Zitrion, interesting. Whoopertinger, all right. Bukovac, Hercynia, Kongamato, Lomi, Lukarkoth, I've heard of that one. Mawat, the Mothman, I know the Mothman. Periton, Symphalian birds, ooh, Thunderbird, I've heard of. Chaikus, never heard of him. Trocus, well, that looks crazy. Trogada, Sugumi, or Sugumo, Tulaketu, Water Leaper. Okay, those are all of our wonderful cryptids, and surprisingly, I've only heard of a few of those.
Mm-hmm. I wonder where they're all from.
Yeah, I
Some
wonder
of
if
them had like locations, but most didn't.
I wonder if they're all like, I wonder how many are real and how many are made up. Like, are they all real or are they all made up? Okay, so that is everything that is coming in the Kickstarter base edition of Cryptic Nature here. Let's go ahead and just throw some of this stuff back in here, and we'll reorganize all of this stuff at a later date and time. Let's go ahead and show off the game board here for you guys, and then we'll take a look at the expansion, and then we'll take a look at these wooden components, and we will be ready to end the video. Okay, so I'm gonna need to zoom this out just a smidge to start with. First of all, let's take a look at the back of the board, because it does have a really cool design to it. So let me zoom out a little more. Okay, you guys should be able to see the board in full. That's a really cool design.
Yeah, that's super cool.
On the back of the board. All right, and let's go ahead and flip it over. Now, surprisingly, I'm impressed. The board is not that big. I figured with a game like this, the board would be a little bit bigger, but you can see we are traveling all over the globe here, mostly European states, or European countries, I should say. London,
it's all European.
Valencia, Rome, Helsinki. Maybe that's why I haven't heard as much as some of these cryptids as you might see. But this
and
is
why Bigfoot's not in there, because
Yeah.
he's American.
That is true. That's true. Okay. Well, look. Oh, look. We got a little. Man, I do really enjoy the board, the artwork on the board, the text. You see all the little cryptids on the board here. If you guys can see that, and I'll zoom it in just a little bit so you guys can see a little bit more details of the board here. Very nice board. Very impressed. I love the style of the artwork here. I love the colors of the board. It makes it look really, really cool. Okay, guys. Well, look, that is the board here. Coming to you of Cryptic Nature. Let's go ahead and take a look at, do this, islands first. Let's go ahead and take a look at the expansion I had. They had 2 expansions, a islands expansion and a floral expansion, or flora expansion, I believe. Again, I didn't want to get too much into the game because I think the expansions do add on to the board. So let's take a look at our island expansion here. And it says, in this expansion, you will discover the most hidden and isolated places of cryptic nature. The new cryptids will be harder to reach because they live on remote islands, but you will have one new way to travel by sea. Okay. Of course, here's some more tokens. We're going to have tokens and tokens and tokens. These will be the add-ons on the board. So you'll have these different tiles. So Lerwick, Reykjavik, Burgaroo, and Nuke. Okay, so 4 different islands that you will add on to the base game board to go ahead and explore. Each player is going to get a nice little boat to travel on. And let's take a look at these cryptids that are in this particular expansion. Cierra, so far, while I'm opening this up, what do you think so far?
I think it'll be fun. I like Euro games every so often, and you can definitely tell it's going to be like that kind of style game. So I definitely agree with you. Like, it's beautiful. We'll play it. I'm glad you didn't go all in because I don't know how often we'll get it to the table. Okay,
we have the Surmalek, the Strix, the Vatnomer, Wolver, Harsverlurger, I don't even know how to say that. Rochevalar, I'm probably butchering these. Nuggle, Muska, Makeda. I'm not even going to pronounce that one. Aspidoshalon, I don't know. Basilisk, I never heard of a basilisk. That is a Bjorn.
Not what our basilisk.
That's a like. God bless you. That's what that one is. Bregdi. Okay, Kajanok, a phoenix. Oh, that's cute, and a Kulvalog. That's what that is. A worm, a sandworm, or a winter worm.
Winter worm, snow worm.
Snow worm. That's what that is. So these are the cryptids that you'll find in this particular expansion. And look, I think this one will be exciting. I think you just add in, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot to it, right? It's just adding in more cryptids. There's 4 pieces of the board that you're gonna add. You're not adding in like a whole section. So very cool. Definitely glad trying this one out. Okay, last but not least, we have the wooden upgraded resource tokens pack. So these are just gonna upgrade your resource sources in the game. So these are the upgraded experience markers. These are the upgraded Wolfen, Twitter, whatever you call that, tokens. And then these are the evidence markers that are going to be upgraded as well. And again, these are all just plastic wooden pieces.
Plastic or wooden?
Wooden and plastic, I don't know, something. But just giving the table a little bit more flavorful presence and a more upgraded, deluxeified feel to the game. All right, guys, well, look, that is everything that is coming in my play pledge for Cryptic Nature, the Kickstarter edition. You've seen the core box, you've seen one expansion, and you've seen the upgraded resources. Like I said, I do believe there is one more expansion, or there might be two more expansions. I can't remember. I know for sure there was like a Flora expansion. That might be it. Can't remember exactly what else came in that all-in pledge, but you've heard my reasons as to why I chose not to get the all-in. Just wanted to get a little bit of the taste of this game before we started to dive into it a little bit more. Okay, so you've heard a little bit of her thoughts and opinions. Let's have Cierra wrap it up. After seeing all the content in the game and everything, what are your final impressions and thoughts and feelings on everything that we've unboxed today?
Yeah, I'm excited to try this. I love that it's all these cryptic, I don't know, legends, I guess, from that whole European area that we don't probably know, as you could tell, much of at all. It'll be interesting to see what they're like Basilisk. Their Basilisk is definitely different than what I picture Basilisk as. So it'd be cool to see those different cryptids.
Yeah.
Cryptids.
The cryptids, yes.
And we do like Euro style games, and we don't have a ton of them, so it'll be fun to actually have one and play it. Even though we don't want to like super expand on it, we'll see. We might change your mind. I like floral.
Maybe, yeah.
Flora, so we'll see. But I love island and ocean, so that was a good choice for me.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what Cierra said. I think for me, when I'm looking at the game, it looks to me like, yes, this is a Euro style game, but it doesn't look like a massive Euro style production, right? A lot of heavy Euro style games that are kind of around this same time frame, like 90 to 120 minutes. You know, you look at the board is huge. You have like 16 different actions that you can take on your turn, and it's very overwhelming. Cryptic Nature the board is not very big. It's a nice compact board. There's not a whole lot of components where have like hundreds and hundreds of tokens, like 200 something tokens. So this could be almost like a fromage in a sense, where they've taken a Euro game and they've kind of slimmed it down and streamlined it down to be maybe a little bit more accessible to the table. That's just what it looks like to me from the components in the board and everything like that. It looks like a simpler Euro game where maybe I only have 4 or 5 things I can do on my turn compared to 16 to 17 things like Feast of Odin. Or
we get kind of stuck on those games because I will think through everything, every little move I can make, and so it makes the game go from 90 minutes to
2-3 hours,
180 minutes.
To make a long story short, Cryptic Nature looks really cool. It looks like they've taken a Euro style game and compact it into a simpler version, and it's got a cool theme and great artwork and things like that.
I think that magnetic section too is going to be really cool and handy for organizing and keeping things from not moving. Oh,
I agree. So, there's a lot of reasons why I backed this game. Obviously, the theme was the big one as to why I backed it. The artwork looks great. And I thought this would be a game that Cierra enjoys. Cierra likes animals. We do have a lot of animal and nature games in our collection, and it's kind of the same thing. So I saw this and I was like, oh, look, like it's animals, it's nature themed, it's adventuring themed, but it's different than kind of everything that we have before. So yes, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, I bet that they will expand on this and make like an American version and an Eastern Asian version.
That'd be kind of cool.
The only reason they have Bigfoot on it, and there's not even Bigfoot in the game.
Well, there was their version of Bigfoot. I don't know. Isn't Yeti's not on here either?
Yeti was
the Abominable Snowman.
But that's Canadian, right?
That is true.
I don't actually know if it is.
But all right, guys. Well, look, we're just rambling at this point. We do hope you enjoyed this. Of course, be on the lookout. I'll have a playthrough of this game. I'll have an overview and first impressions of this game coming for all of you guys in the coming weeks. If you enjoyed this content, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. Comment down below. This game has been fulfilled for a while now. If you guys have had the opportunity to get this to the table, let us know your thoughts and opinions on it. And as always, guys, if you are not subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe so we can keep bringing you some more awesome content. All right, guys, have a great one. Bye.
Bye.